All right, Sunday night, Coach Micheal Burt. You got the big screen going tonight, huh? I don't know why it's on the big screen, but it is. So I know it's late. Let's see who's on with us tonight. Sunday night prep work. A little bit late tonight. Sorry about that. Had to spend some time taking care of some things here at the house and take some boxes off, and had a lot going on tonight. So I did want to say happy Sunday night to you as we go into a little bit of prep work. I'm going to spend about 10 minutes. Timothy Nielsen and everybody that joined us on Sunday night, these do go to YouTube. I'm trying to figure out why they're so big. Anybody know why they're so big? Viewer. I don't know. These things are monster size. I don't really know why, to be honest with you. But good to see everybody tonight. I'm trying to get everything clicked on here. I'm trying to figure out why it's so big. If you know why it's so big, then man, let me know, because I don't think I changed anything on my settings, but I look bigger than I typically do. So tonight I'm going to tackle a question. Here's the number one question that I get, and these are meant to be more relaxed than most coaching sessions. Number one question I get many times from people is, how did you go from being a high school basketball coach to doing this? And I'm assuming doing this is writing books, speaking around the world, building a multi-million-dollar coaching company. And it didn't come easy. It's really 31 years of long obedience in the same direction. But there are some things, and I write about this in a book called Single Digit Millionaire. And it's a book I really don't talk about a lot, but it's actually one of my best books. And it chronicles, the subtitle is From High School Basketball Coach to Millionaire. And people say, why didn't you write Double Digit Millionaire? At that time when I wrote it, I wasn't a double digit millionaire. I was a single digit millionaire, which means your net worth is between 1 and 10 million. Thank the good Lord and all the people who have been a part of this. We've crossed over to the double digits now. But the concept is, it answers the question of how do you level up. And really, if I had to retitle the book, I would retitle it the Level 10, how to not be a Level 10 person stuck in a Level 4 vehicle. And that's what I say a lot now is you're probably a Level 10 person, but you may feel like you're stuck in a Level 4 vehicle, which I was as a high school basketball coach. And I felt like, man, I feel like I got a big engine. I feel like I can help a lot of people. I feel like I have a talent and a skill. I'm sure you feel the same way. I just needed a new vehicle. And the vehicle is what you use to get you from A to B or toward your dreams. So when I went back, I said, okay, how did I do this? And what did I do? Kind of like when I wrote the book, The Anatomy of Winning, that very few coaches read. It was, how do we win a championship? And it's easier to connect the dots looking backward than it is looking forward. And so I'm going to try to deconstruct that book a little bit tonight. And if you watch this on Instagram or YouTube or anywhere where we repost these things, the first thing I did to really do this is I located my primary skill. This is the first step, right? If I do write the book, Screw Your Why, or Package Your Purpose, or whatever we come to, the first thing I'm going to say is you don't find your purpose and then do something big. You first need to find your skill, your primary skill. And then you need to find a problem that you are uniquely qualified to solve. So in the book, Single Digit Millionaire, you can get this on my website. I think it's free and you pay shipping. I basically talked about from 18 to 31, I was building one skill. And that skill was how to engineer people to play at a very high level, how to build competitive intelligence, how to tap into the whole person, body, mind, heart, and spirit. In essence, that's a lot of fancy words to say this. I was learning how to get the most out of people. I was learning how to maximize a person's talent. I was learning, let's put a word we come to at 42, how to activate the prey drive in a person. This is what I studied from 18 to 31, and I had a laboratory to do it. I had great basketball players that I loved working with. I had competition. I had immediate feedback. And during those days, I roughly made anywhere between $24,000, maybe my first year, to as high as $60,000. And then I peaked out at $60,000. At 25 years old, 3 years into being the head coach at Riverdale, we were just becoming pretty good. We just come off a 25-3 or 28-3 season, which means we won 28 games. We lost 3. We got beat in the first round of the region tournament. It was then that I started writing books. Okay, so then I started to build a second skill. Now I'm a coach and I'm a author. When I wrote the book, people asked me to come out and speak. I would go out and speak. Now I'm a high school basketball coach, and I'm an author, Kelly Eisler, and I'm a speaker. And I would go out and speak, and these people would see me speak, and they would say, hey, man, will you coach us? And I'm like, what do you mean? So now I start to have a revelation. And the revelation is the skill that I'm building over here as a high school basketball coach, which is what? Learning how to activate the prey drive in a person, which is their instinct to pursue. That's where my book, Flip the Switch. Learning how to inner engineer people, learning how to build championship teams, learning how to build winners, learning how to take people to higher frequencies. I started figuring out, man, this skill is a lot more valuable. Excuse me, it's just as valuable over here in the business world as it is over here. So one day I'm sitting around at 25 years old and I make up my mind, I'm going to get my doctorate degree. I think I'd already have my master's degree from Middle Tennessee State University. I thought I was going to go be a principal, so I got a master's in administration. And I literally just went online and enrolled in a doctoral program. I had no idea what I was doing. And I got some financial aid. I got enrolled to an online university. And I started studying leadership. It was a doctorate of management in organizational leadership. And so now, at nights and on the weekends, I'm taking classes. I'm studying the best businesses in the world. I go to these really miserable residencies in Atlanta, Georgia. Now I'm starting to figure out, man, I got a skill set, and I'm fascinated by how to build winners and inner engineer winners, okay? So I take the skill out to corporate America. I start speaking. The speaking leads to coaching assignments. The coaching assignments sometimes were six-figure assignments. I now realize I have a skill that people would pay more money for over here because it's helping them make money. And if I help them make money, I can make money. Even if I got a little percentage of it. If I help the company, Ivan, make $20 million, and I just got 0.5% on $20 million, then I can make a lot more money. So now I'm thinking, okay, I'm a level 10 dude. I have found a problem I want to solve, and I begin to build demand for this skill. I got a skill. I'm starting to market it through speaking, which I still do to this day. I have located a problem. Everybody wants to get increase. I am uniquely qualified to help people get increase. Now I need to take this to the marketplace. And so I retire at 31 years old after winning a championship. See, now I can say, guys, I'm a championship coach. I'm an author. I'm a speaker. And now I'm a performance coach, coaching people in performance. See how I shifted all these gears? See, now I'm finding my skill set, and I'm finding the problem that I can solve. So for the first 4 years, companies hire me to come in and get more out of their people, and they would pay me between $100,000 or $75,000 and $200,000. And I'm thinking, dang, now I'm making a lot of money. So I quickly, within 3 years, got my company to, let's just call it $500,000 in revenue. It was only 3 or 4 contracts, but I'm keeping high percentage of that because I don't have any employees. I don't have any overhead. So I'm making $500,000 in my 3rd year, and it took me 3 years to get to $500,000 when I would have never got to $500,000 as a high school basketball coach. Okay, so now I'm building things. Once I start getting to that level, I had $100,000 in my bank account. I go, what should I do with this? I start investing in single-family residential. I buy single-family residential. It appreciates in value. I think I buy a duplex. I had a manager named Scott, who I call Bad News Scott, because that's the only time he called me, when he had bad news to deliver to me. That's a joke, too. I sit on these things for 3 or 4 years, and then I sell them at a high profit. And I think I took about 100 and I made 400,000. Took the 400,000, bought the lodge in Christiana, started to buy bigger real estate deals, started to go, you know what? I think I don't want to necessarily just always coach in this arena of corporate America. I want to coach people who want to get coached, who pay for it themselves. Because when you pay attention. It's called psychological demand. You demand a higher level of commitment from yourself when you pay for something. So I'm like, you know what? Here's how I want to coach. At my lodge, at my house in Florida. I want people to come to me because they got a good attitude. Just like the people that came to the lodge last week, just like the people coming on Tuesday and Wednesday to become certified coaches. They got great attitudes. And attitude is a posture of the body. So along the way, I remember probably 3 or 4 years into it, we crossed over our first $1 million of revenue. And I still remember it like it was yesterday when a guy on my team named Bruce Lund called me and said, man, we just did it. We just crossed over $1 million of revenue. Now, you say, why is that important? It doesn't seem like a lot of money. You're probably not going to become a millionaire if your business is not even producing $1 million of revenue. Now, you think that's not a lot of money. It's really not a lot of money, especially in comparison to 5 million or 10 million or 20 million or 50 million. But here's the stat. Only 4% of small businesses will ever get to $1 million of revenue. Revenue. Top line revenue. Right, Corey? Top line revenue. So when we got to $1 million, it's like, all right, how do we get to 2 million? How do we get to 3 million? How do we get to... And then we kind of got stuck somewhere along the way around $3 million, three and a half. And then somehow we figured out how to get to 5 million. And it's just pure grind. Now, it's important because Sullivan wrote a book called 10X is easier than 2X. You can 2 times the business by working harder, but you can't 10 times the business by working harder. So now you get into level 10 relationships that I cover. How do you build level 10 opportunities? See, my greatness factory is a level 10 opportunity. Some of the real estate deals I'm doing, level 10 opportunities. Okay, all of their real estate has appreciated significantly, by the way, which brings significant equity that could be borrowed against to go make bigger plays, grow and expand, all of these things. So when you think about it, how does a high school basketball coach do these things? Well, you got to read the book Single Digit Millionaire to see step by step, but it all started with a real simple formula. Locate my primary skill, locate a problem, find who would pay me more money to solve that problem. Multiply it again and again and again. Get better and better and better. Start thinking, how do we scale it up? In today's world with Zoom, online academies, you can scale something up pretty quickly. And I think you should be able to get to 5 million, 10 million. But there's a lot of people who'll never get past 100,000 to 250 because they won't invest the money. They don't have the psychological demand. They don't invest the money. So they never get the training and coaching. So they stay stuck at a very low level. And a lot of it has to do with pride. I don't need any help. I'm making $100,000 a year. Yeah, but you're never going to make $1 million a year thinking like that. You're never going to make $5 million a year thinking like that. You're certainly never going to make $10 million thinking like that. So this is why the who, not how concept that Sullivan came out with is everything. Every step of the way, somebody gave me guidance and counsel, and they stepped in and said, Coach, you can do it like this. So it is possible for a high school basketball coach to become a double-digit millionaire if you have a primary skill and a problem. You learn to explain the value, you learn to market, you learn to create leads, and you build a system of actions. And that's really what we coach people on. Okay? So I know a lot of people may think I'm a motivational speaker. I do speak a lot for motivation, but that's not really what I do. I'm really a guy who knows how to grow something, who has learned how to do it, how to sell, how to market, how to follow up, how to convert, how to package concepts, okay? And if you're stuck out there, you can stay stuck if that's what you want to do. But I don't want to do it. So I'm constantly asking, who can help me scale this thing up to 25 million, to 50 million? Who is it? Okay? I got the engine. Okay? I got a skill, but that skill needs support from other people. And let me close with this tonight. staying small and being rugged, having this rugged individualism like you can do everything on your own, is an anti-growth mindset. The real estate agent that stays single and does 50 deals a year and thinks they're great, making $100,000, come on, man. Come on. Let's get real here, okay? The mortgage originator that's doing $20 million a year, making $200,000, come on, man. Let's get out of the baby land, the baby money. Let's help you make $2 million. Because it's possible for you to make the $2 million if that's what you want to do. Okay? So what I've done over the last 15 years is I've observed. I've observed the top people in the world. I've been in rooms with them. I've studied under them. I've paid them to be my coaching. Okay? Okay? So and by the way, I think Ryan Mudd, I'm looking at this over here. I do have a direct connection to Kevin Harrington, and we have been talking about greatness factories. So when you think about this, how do you go from boom to boom to boom to boom? It all goes back to the skill. And if you got a strong primary skill, I see Daryl Deason on here. Daryl Deason was the first guy at 15 years old who taught me how to speak. So I tell people, man, I started speaking at 15 years old. I had professional training at 15 years old. And a lot of people don't know that. They think, man, he was just a basketball coach. No, I would call it advanced training when I was 15. Speaking in front of audiences, I don't know, Daryl can speak to this. I think we did 6,000 people in Baton Rouge, Louisiana when I was 15 or 16 years old. I remember throwing up right before I went on stage. But guess what? It's the best thing I could ever do because it forced me to work the muscle. It forced me to understand communication. It forced me to understand how to connect to different people. It forced me, and I used this skill, Carrie, all throughout my career at Riverdale to build a championship program. And even to this day, all of these skills, but it all comes back to really a simple formula between your skill and a problem, or your skill and someone's ambition. So I write about all of this in the book Single Digit Millionaire. I don't talk about that book a lot. I self-published the book, but it really answers the question, how did you go? This is the number one question I get everywhere I go. People come up to me and say, now, how did you get into this? Or I've always wanted to get into this business. How did you go from a high school basketball coach to this? You know, whatever they say, owning the private jet or building greatness factories. And I go, man, it all comes back to a skill and a prey drive. At the end of the day, skill, prey drive, and a problem. And if you got that formula down, guys, this is what we coach people on. I just had, you know, a great group of people come to my lodge where I'm teaching them how to speak, how to coach, how to train, how to lead. I've got my coaching certification Tuesday and Wednesday of this week. We're starting building the Greatness Factory tomorrow. Thank the good Lord. Thank the good Lord for that. So tomorrow the general contractor's taping it off. They're coming in. We got a meeting at 10:30. This is the next manifestation, folks. Greatness Factories, one place where you can manufacture your greatness in the body, in the mind, in the heart, and in the spirit. And you can be around great people. This is the next manifestation of the concept. Okay, so thank you guys for staying with me tonight. I know it's late. Sorry I'm coming to you a little bit late, but I had a lot of things going on. But I always keep my commitments, man. Sunday night I made a commitment to do Sunday night prep work. So if you're out there and you want to work with me, reach out to Ryan at CoachBurt.com. We'll get you an interview. If you want to partner with me, you want to be a certified coach with me, you want to make some side hustle money with me, there's plenty to go around. There's plenty of opportunity, folks. Plenty of opportunity. Kerry Malone, who's on here tonight, can tell you when he used to call my games at Riverdale when I was a high school basketball coach. And he was the voice of the Lady Warriors. So, hope you guys are doing great, man. Everybody needs a coach in life. Find somebody who can help you get to that level, man. I'm still working with people to this day to get to that next level. So check your pride and ego at the gate. Pony up and get in the game with people. Invest the money to get in the room with people who you believe in and who can help you, okay? And quit being a rugged individual so you'll never get to the next level. That is an anti-growth mindset. Love you guys. Everybody needs a coach. Navy SEALs, not baby seals. That's who we're looking for. Before I get started, there is one very important question I have to ask you.
Coach Micheal Burt, Monster Producer Academy CEO. He's a personal friend of mine.
What good is it to have knowledge with no desire?
What good is it to have desire with no skill? What good is it to have knowledge and skill with no confidence?
A big part of activating your prey drive is finding and refining your talent. This is something that helps you get to the next place.
People are made up of 4 parts: a body, a mind, a heart, and a spirit.
You need to know you, and then you need to have an awareness, and sometimes you don't even know what you need.
So all 4 parts of our nature have to be clicking. Your hard skill solves my problem. The bigger the problem, the more money people will pay to solve it.
Everything is valuable to your future. What I'm really paying you for is your past.
A monster producer combines multiple skills to dominate a market.
When you get to wake up every day and do what you love doing, man, it is hard not to be motivated.
They think at a higher ordinance than everybody else. They want to create new things.
I have a conviction about me, and that's the conviction that you feel when I talk, when I speak. It comes across as passion. You got to learn how to connect to another person at such a deep level that it moves them. You have goals, you have targets, but you don't have a sense of urgency.
They're going to exchange money, energy, they're going to raise capital, they're going to start new businesses, there's going to be joint ventures.
I think your purpose finds you. It is activated. The word activate means to initiate. Discipline, which is a derivative of the word disciple, which means to give yourself to a person or cause you believe in. Do you believe in your future, yes or no? When we know better, we do better. Finding the problem that you are uniquely qualified to solve, and you don't know what problem you really solve for whom, then there is no big financial exchange right there. You should leave here thinking bigger today than when you came. And I want to shake your hand and look you in the eyeball when you make this decision. Thank you. We'll see you in the back. God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.